Now, here we go again, you guys. Me and this broker made this here.
I don't know if it's just this how you know.
Guess what, J-Lo? We love you, mommy.
I love you, mommy.
You know, this core kind of fucked up. It's fucking up my whole situation here. What's up, everybody? And welcome back to PSA from a CNA on the right night this time. I am your host with the most, the blessed, and the favorite Franko the Pen. Thank you for spending this a little bit, a small smidgen, just the tiniest bit of your Wednesday evening with your boy. Shout out to the first and last time listeners. Shout out to everybody who is currently working second shift. Shout out to everybody who is on their way getting ready for third shift. Because the motto of this podcast is, I hope to never have to work that shit myself, even though I probably would because my job mandates. How is everybody doing on this Wednesday evening? Yo, man, okay. Got that out the way. What's good, John? Oh, man. So, if you don't know, there's very few, Shannon, I'm third shift. Oh, I'm sorry. It is ass. It's easy. Easy as fuck. Third shift is so easy. Depending on where you at. Hold on. I mean, the third shift where I work, super easy. Third shift at some of y'all facilities might be hell on wheels. Third shift where I work, gas. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So a lot of y'all know that I trust very few news sources to be unbiased. I don't listen to Fox or CNN or nothing like that. It's a couple of local news stations that I trust. So if you give the news and I watch it, that means I trust you to be an unbiased source, which is why I get some of my news, not all, but some, from a YouTuber named Franko. He's been on the platform for like decades, so if you've been a fan of YouTube since like almost the beginning, then you should know who Philip Franko is. He's very trusted in the news area. But Philip DeFranco did a news story about assisted living facilities and nursing in general, right? So I'm going to play this clip because everything that he's saying, like we already knew in the nursing business, but apparently it got a big spotlight this week. So I'm gonna play this clip. I want y'all to listen to it, and then we're gonna talk about it. Wait, can y'all not hear this? That is so janky. Hold on. Tell me, can y'all hear it or not? Let me know. I'm about to be pissed. Wait a minute. Can y'all? It's been playing this whole time. That'd be so chatty. Can't hear it. Damn it. All right, hold on. Let me. I wonder why that is. It's connected. That's so weird because I play my music on here. It's attached to the laptop, so it should be able to be put. Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I'll find it. That's so lame. Like, why the fuck would it do that?
Back to the Washington Post because they publish an absolutely devastating investigation.
Comments
down below. And then there's even more. He's offering you beautiful bastards 25% off your first month. Free shipping. And then horrific neglect and a violation of trust. Those are the words being used right now to describe this assisted living nightmare. And all of this ties back to the Washington Post. Because they published an absolutely devastating investigation last month that found that dozens of seniors in dementia care, they died in the last 5 years after leaving facilities unnoticed or being left unattended outside. And around 2,000 of those incidents involved residents who had Alzheimer's and other kinds of dementia. This including many who lived in specialized so-called memory care units, where they charge for extra attention and security. And understand, that 2,000 number, that's an undercount, because nearly 20 states don't even have public records available online. We're talking about the big boys like New York and Texas, places with lots of people. In fact, after this investigation got published, readers reached out to share more information and stories, and it pushed the total number of known deaths above 100. And it being reported that most of the people who died because of prolonged exposure to extreme heat or cold. Also noting others drowned in retention ponds, were hit by vehicles, and wandered into woods, rivers, and swamps. And infuriatingly, there's been little to no accountability for these horrific situations. And that's in part because, unlike nursing homes, America's 30,000 assisted living facilities are not regulated by the federal government. So because of that, there's no federal record of deaths or injuries or how the failings of the facilities contributed to them. So not having that national public data, it's undermined government accountability. Without that federal management, any kind of oversight's been left to the states, which, as we often see, has resulted in this kind of patchwork of regulations and enforcement. While percentage-wise this could seem small, this is a massive problem that affects a lot of people. Right? There are currently over 1 million Americans who live in these kinds of facilities. In fact, it's almost as many as live in nursing homes. And many of them in these facilities, they pay money for specialized care. We're talking about an average of $6,000 a month. But despite those price tags, investigators frequently found inadequate staffing and training as factors in these deaths. In fact, the Post found that only 2 states, Alabama and Indiana, actually mandate minimum staff to resident ratios, require more than 6 hours of dementia training as recommended, keep a public website disclosing inspection reports and enforcement actions. The Post also then detailing multiple examples of staff sleeping at work, falsifying records, skipping check-ins on residents, and ignoring alarms that indicated that doors to dementia care units had been opened. And sometimes it was found that relatives weren't always told the truth about what had happened. And beyond that, the report found, oh my gosh, you're going to be so shocked by this, greed may have been a massive factor, finding that corporate investors seeking profits resulted in lower wages and fewer employees at some facilities. And very notably, the representatives for the assisted living industry, they didn't try to dispute the Post's findings. Instead, responding by saying, hey, okay, these 100 deaths are just a small fraction of a growing population of residents. But there, you had some, including Senator Bob Casey, calling bullshit. He's the chair of the Senate Special Committee on Aging. And yesterday, he sent letters to the 3 biggest assisted living chains in the country demanding information regarding their practices. And specifically, we're talking about Brookdale, Atria, and Sunrise. So Senator Casey describing the Post revelations as horrific neglect and a violation of trust, and adding, you have a set of cascading crises: the staffing problem, the oversight problem, a lack of information the family members need, and at a fundamental level, you have the quality of care problem. But they're going on to ask how many of these incidents occur and how many families are told about them, among other issues. But the key thing here, Casey also said that his committee will be looking into actions that the federal government should take and is setting a hearing for January 25th, which is a move that would mark the panel's most substantial review of the industry in more than 2 decades. But as we always say, words are words and actions are actions. It remains to be seen if anything meaningful is going to happen here. And I also say that because government officials and advocates, They've actually been warning about safety issues and poor oversight in the industry for decades. In fact, back in 2001, the same Senate committee even set up a working group that spent 2 years creating a list of recommendations. But that group, it was so full of disagreements, they literally couldn't even agree on how to define assisted living. So while I have hope for a change, I'm not going to hold my breath here. And in the meantime, if you've had any experiences on whatever side in the assisted living world, I'd love to hear from you. And then...
When I first heard that story today, I was like, that seemed about right. Like, it's fucked up, but it's like we all have stories where we all got a resident got lost stories or a resident got out stories. Like okay, this was about assisted living facilities, which are not like they're not the most secure buildings in the world. That's the ones I've worked at. But I've seen residents get out of full blown like nursing homes where you have to be licensed to work there, like those type of nursing homes. Like residents have like, if a resident want to get out, they're gonna find a way to get out. You would think people like in wheelchairs or with dementia, like I don't know what people think. People in like wheelchairs, like people with dementia, like how they act. Like for some reason, people just picture like a slobbering mess or in the corner shaking or talking to themselves. Like some people with dementia, like okay, they have dementia, but they still have their wits about them. Like it's it's residents that know how to open doors, and if they get mad, they'll kick open the door. Or some, you know what I'm saying? Or some residents know how to go down the elevator and walk out the door. Or you know what I'm saying? They sneak past the front desk when nobody is there. Like all these other shit. People just be thinking that like people with dementia are just like useless. It was a dude in a full-blown electric wheelchair who had dementia, who made it from his facility down the street to the Walmart. before anybody even noticed that when they went and picked him up, he was drinking a whole beer in the parking lot. Like, fam. Now I'm not. It would be glorious if no residents ever got out. But the shit, it happens. I'm not saying that it should happen. I'm not making excuses for why it happened. Who knows? Maybe it could be a malfunction in the system and an alarm didn't go off. Maybe there's been stories about how residents didn't called the door like right after somebody came in, like a resident like called the door before it like closed and locked, and then just went outside in the dead of winter and just sat in the field in the snow, like just. And luckily they were found and the ambulance was called, but shit like that. Now maybe this is my train of thought as a nursing assistant, but I was like. And this is gonna sound fucked up, okay? And it's not meant to, okay? But I was like, they said 1 million people across all nursing facilities, across all assisted living facilities in like America. Like, is 2,000 really that big of a number? Now that sounds bad, okay? I know, because you don't want like a loss of any life. Preferably, you don't want like a loss of any life, preferably. But like, if you were going to lose life, like 2,000 out of 1 million, like that seemed okay. It's not to the families, of course, because you know what I'm saying. Your like family member is the one that's dead, but like from a number standpoint, like. They talking about legislate. Oh my God, I know words. They're talking about legislation and all this other shit. I'm like, what? The owners of these companies is gonna pay these people. Hey, this shit ain't gonna change. We gonna remain understaffed. We gonna remain underpaid, and they just gonna pay off lobbyists to sweep this shit up under the rug. And as long as that number don't like rise dramatically, man, thank you for the news coverage, but we gonna go back to making this old people money. All right. The fuck is you talking about? I can see how, from a corporate standpoint, like out of a million people, 2,000 out of a million people is a acceptable loss in the name of profit. In the name of profits, I swear to God, I know words. In the name of profits, from a corporate standpoint, a loss of 2,000 out of a million, very acceptable number. Especially when hey, people getting old every day. It's just like the funeral home business. People die every day. People getting old every day. Every day is a birthday. Did you know that? Every day is a birthday. Every day somebody is hitting the age where they're old. Every day somebody is getting to that point where they alone, got family that don't want to take care of them or can't. They gonna fill them bitches up. $6,000 a month. You think we about to change anything that we doing when we getting $6,000 a month? Who are you talking to? All right. Oh man. All right, I'm missing some of these comments on. Mandy, what's good? Sorry about I don't know what everything else play on the computer. Like I play the intro music from the computer, so you would think it worked, but I play a YouTube video and you don't hear the sound. So fucking dumb. What made he say? I'm an RN. I work acute care. It's so damn busy we cannot keep our eyes on everybody. We cannot keep our eyes on every patient at every second. Dude escaped walking down Main Street in Dayton in his damn hospital gown about 3 months ago. Every place too fucking short staff. Period. We all know the numbers. Let's say you have a facility of 2 nurses. Let's say it's about 3 to 4 aides on the floor. Each of those, and I'm talking about nursing homes. I'm not even talking about assisted living. I'm not even talking about assisted living because the number go down. But nursing homes, because I'm pretty sure once they do the research into how many of them motherfuckers escape, it's gonna be a whole other problem. But nursing homes is what 2 to 3 nurses in my regulation. It's always ever been 2. So 2 nurses a floor. About 3 to 4 nursing assistants. Each of those nursing assistants has about between 14 and 16 patients, maybe more, just to themselves. That you have to do alone. So you think that I, one human, am going to be able to keep my eyes on, if I'm in somebody's room doing them, like getting them dressed, taking them to the bathroom or whatever, who is watching my other 12 plus residents? And if my and they'd be like, well, your co-workers, teamwork, co-workers and teamwork. If I'm in a room doing somebody and all of my co-workers are working, that means let's say everybody was in the room, every CNA, it's 4 CNAs working. We each got about 16 residents apiece. if all of us are in a room doing a patient, and nurses, the two nurses, are in the room passing meds, doing wound vac, who the fuck knows, something. That means that nobody is on the floor. And that means 14 plus each residents have free range of the fucking hallways. Who gonna watch them people? See, everybody telling the problem, but ain't nobody telling the solutions. I mean, Franko, he did tell the solutions, like hire more people and pay them, but they not gonna do that because profits, bitch. The fuck? Look. I'm speaking in my corporate voice. Like, you motherfuckers not about to fuck up these. Anybody who wears a suit to work, you not about to fuck up like they holiday retreats and like vacations and like the winter and shit. Like, who the fuck? No, that money pays for my rental house on the beaches of Florida. So when us motherfuckers up here freezing in negative 0 degree weather going to work, like, they be in Florida on the beach working from home, saying keep up the good work, keeping that staff down, and those residents checks coming in. Like, what the, like, y'all don't make no sense. Like, they not in this game to make. They not in this game for like residents like well-being. They here for like the profit. We here to make profits. We here to make money. I understand that. I get it. That's why I don't expect nothing from anybody who wears a suit to work in our business. Like, I get the money aspect of it. I'm like, no, it's not happening. Yes, it would be nice. We could, if we had enough people on the floor, nobody would ever escape a nursing home. Everybody would be happy and fed and like dressed, and like everybody would be like dry all the time. But doing that cuts into like the profits, especially like paying employees like a good wage. Are you? If we have to pay CNAs and nurses a good wage, then I cannot afford the monthly payments on like my Tesla. So it's between you feeding your family and me keeping this Tesla. Bitch, Tesla all day. What is you saying right now? Have you seen a Tesla? That bitch got a big screen in it, and fucking, if you push a button like a fucking fireplace, you could be romantic with the bitches. Like, I'm not giving that up to pay somebody a livable wage. Are you crazy? Tesla all day, bitch. Like, I get it. I get it from a corporate standpoint, even though it's fucked up on our end because we the ones not getting paid. But look, yeah. Oh shit. People can escape from prison. Nursing facilities, yeah, it's gonna happen. Absolutely. Escape from prison. That's El Chapo did it twice. So if El Chapo can escape a maximum security prison, look, your uncle with dementia can get the fuck up out of here. All right. Oh, here come my boy John. How about this? Assistant living company has a no CPR policy. Hold on. About half of the clients are full codes. We go in, we find them in cardiac arrest, even though we're BLS certified. We have to call 911 and hope for the best. So afterwards, when the state comes in and does an investigation, is my company policy and procedure wouldn't let me. Is that going to clear me, or am I going to the Nebraska State Penitentiary for the rest of my life because I didn't act according to my training? You know what's funny? I I live in. I live in. Ooh, don't say that. I work at. I work at a facility where almost everybody is a DNR, and actually, I think almost everybody is a DNR. And if you're not a DNR, you're a full of code. And look, I am. When I got this job, they certified me in CPR, and they told me the exact situation in which to use it. They also told me that if some shit go down, there is nothing they can do about it. Because I don't know if y'all know this, but some family members, as much as they come in there and try to cuss you out about their family members care, the way they living, and how you doing this and how you doing that, and they family member need this, blah 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 blah. If you try to save if they DNR and you try to save their life, they family members will be pissed and try to sue you. Ain't that funny? I find that to be like a hilarious contradiction. Like you bitch at me weekly about how to take care of your family member, even though I'm here more than you. And then, I mean, like, to the point of anger and tears and like loud yelling. And then, like, if I was to go and try to, if Mrs. Johnson just had a heart attack right here, and I was to do anything to try to save her life, you would be angry that I tried to save her life and try to sue me in this facility. So it's a wonderful contradiction that is awful. But I don't get it. I don't understand it. But if that's what they want, that's what they want. And bring on the investigation, because bitch, I'm ironclad. All right? I did exactly what I was supposed to do. Fuck this certification. All right? Being certified in CPR means nothing if the person you're trying to save don't want to be saved, or if the people around them won't let you save them. Imagine somebody was like, imagine you pulled like a drowned victim out of the water, and you go to give them CPR, and every time you went to like do chest compressions, like they brother kicked your hands away. That's how I think about this situation. That's what I think about every time I see like an indie game or like a full coat or something like that. If they die, just let them die. I'm not like y'all really don't want to pay for this place, do y'all? That's what I'll be thinking. Like y'all really don't want to pay for this place. You can just say that. Mm-hmm. That's fucked up, you know. How do you like hourly rounding? I do hourly rounding, period. I have no problem with it. I want to look, if I come on shift with 16 residents, when I leave, bitch, there's gonna be 16 residents here. I don't want nobody escaping, and I don't want nobody dying. Not on my, save that shit for third shift. Die peacefully in your sleep, quietly, and not traumatic to me and my coworkers. If you got to go, let it be peacefully in your sleep, non-traumatic to me and my coworkers. But I'm working second shift. Nobody's escaping. Nobody's dying. If I come on shift with 16, bitch, I'm leaving with 16. That's the goal. Now, sometimes deaths slip in when I'm not looking. When I'm changing Mrs. Johnson, death be up over there trying to fuck with Mr. Williams and shit. And sometimes he get them. And it ain't nothing you can do about that. But bitch, 8 times out of 10, the number I come into this bitch with is the number I'm leaving with. How about that? So hourly rounds, yes. I take pride in knowing where my residence is. I take pride in knowing that I left Mrs. Johnson in the bed, and when I come back to check on her ass in an hour, she gonna be in the bed. Sometimes she slipped down to the floor, but then I just politely lift her back into the bed, put the blanket up over her. But she stayed in the room, in or adjacent to the bed. All right, all day. Hell yeah. They don't give a shit about care. Acute care don't give a shit. It's money. You know it, Mandy. It's all about that money, 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 money. Unfortunately, I left nursing. It was too much. I understand it. It's not for everybody. You know what I used to do? Which is fucked up. I used to go at one of my old jobs. I used to go past the room where they was doing orientation, and like the door would be like behind like the people like giving like the bullshit speeches like come work for us, blah blah blah, all this shit. I would be behind them and I'd just be mouthing like run, what are you doing here? You could be so much more in life. Leave now. And I'm not saying I scared a few people up out of there, but they didn't come back. And I like to think they like CEOs of a company now. I have a great job now, found on Indeed. It just sucks for our future generations. What will be left? That's dope. Steph, okay, before I say this, because I would hate to be like I found a great job now. First of all, congratulations on your great job. If that job is OnlyFans, still great, but like still dope though. Because I'll say this: if you making more than what you would have made being a nursing assistant, then you're a success story. How about that? We'll leave it at that. How about that? Oh shit! If a patient is a full code, you should be able to do CPR. You should, but you shan't. You shan't. If you don't want to be sued into the dirt by that resident's family member, let them die in horrible pain. It sounds fucked up when you say it out loud, but do you want to be sued, or would you let this person die in horrible pain, depending on how they die? Like let's say a person was like having a heart attack in front of you. Do you want to be sued, or do you just want to let this person ride out this heart attack, knowing it's about to be over in a minute? I don't think there's nothing you can do during a heart attack. So anyway, what do you do? Like slip a bear up under the tongue? I don't know. I work in corrections. I adopted the following mindset. I came in upright and walking, and I'm going home the exact same way. That's not negotiable. You goddamn right. You goddamn right. Oh, shit. You know, wish you. Mandy and Jack is having a whole conversation in these comments. All right, y'all. Look, very dope conversation that we had today. Super dope. But I got to get up out of here. But if you haven't already, please follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Franko the Pen. Or you can follow me on Twitter at OMTFranko. But B1 gets a little X-rated up over there. If you're vaccinated, stay carded up. And if you're not, stay tested. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to everybody who's officially working third shift right now. Go ahead and get up after it and stay awake. I will see you guys this Friday with a brand new episode of Bitchin' by the Bar. That's right. It's back. Me and Marky D back with a brand new episode of Bitching by the Bar. But until then, this has been PSA from a CNA. I am Franko the Pen, and I will see you guys next Wednesday with a brand new episode. Stay safe, and make sure your residents don't escape. How about that? Okay? Peace.